Greetings, fam. This is Rom Wills about that business. Use savings to start your business. Yeah, check it out, y'all, right? Check it out, because I know that's always a big question. How am I finance this business, right? And you get a lot of people talking about getting loans and all of that stuff. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. Most businesses aren't financed by loans. Because first of all, getting a loan is usually a personal loan. If you don't have any track record as a business, that'd be hard. Like, you just starting out, you're a startup. A bank doesn't have any faith in you to even give you a loan. That's the first thing. They're like, well, who are you? Do we know we're gonna get our money back? See, that's the one thing about loans. They ain't like credit cards people just hand out. That bank wants to know, hey, you got a cash flow? It's like, and I mean, yeah, you do have maybe some groups that might give out a little bit of money to get somebody started. But even then, you don't want to do that. You want to start a business from your savings. You want to save up for it. And that savings is kind of a twofold thing. One, you need to start a savings up anyway, right? You want to start a savings up just to make that transition from that 9-to-5 job. But then after that savings can really finance the early parts of your business. Now, I know that's tough for some people, and one of the issues that we have out here, many people really don't focus on savings. I mean, we live in a culture that says spend, 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 spend. Keep up with the Joneses. Get the latest smartphone. Spend money you don't have. So to even get to that point, you have to develop the habit of saving money. And that's something you can do. Even if you're on a minimum wage job, struggling to make it, you can still save money. Start with a few pennies if you have to. Like, one thing I used to do, and this is, before I really got back into business, because it was a period I really wasn't doing anything business-wise. Yeah, I mean, I still had the books and everything, but that was it. And that really wasn't making me any real money because I wasn't pushing them hard. And, I had to still pay for different things. But I still managed to gradually carve out a savings, because the way to do that is really look at what you're spending money on. I mean, do you really need that latest update of an iPhone, especially if the one you got's working perfectly fine? Do you really need the rims for that car, or did you really need to get that big rib dinner? If you really think about it, most of the time we spend a lot of money on bullshit anyway. Things we don't need. Even magazines now. See, I'm a big magazine reader, but if I pick up a magazine, it has to have some information I just want to keep on hand. Sometimes I'll just go in like a bookstore or something, just read the article. Just little things, just cut it off. Do you really need that extra pair of shoes? And this for some of y'all ladies out there. Y'all really need it? And let me shout out my girl Nibby down in the Dominican Republic. Sometimes she's living that minimalist lifestyle. Sometimes instead of shopping at like that high-end store, go to that thrift store or something and get something. Don't spend the money, and see, the money you save goes into your savings. And then from your savings, that's when, it's not just for emergency, but that's when you build up a savings. That's when you can get that business going. And that's the mindset you have to have. You don't want to be in a position like, let's say hypothetically, you can get some type of loan, or, what some people do, they'll use like their personal credit cards to start their business. Businesses, the problem with that is, businesses can take a while to take off. Even the best of ideas, you don't come out the box like boom. You know, refer back to that video I did, 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. You got to kind of like walk out a little bit, maybe even crawl out a little bit, right? But you know, it's hard. Like if you get like a loan or even with personal credit cards or something, the thing is you got to pay that shit back. That's the issue. And see, maybe what if your business ain't at that point where you can do that? Like most businesses, like major businesses, don't become profitable right away. And when I say profitable, you got to understand, you got to, when you in business, you got, in most cases, you got to pay for product. If you have products, you got to pay for it. You know, even if you're getting it wholesale, you still got to pay for it. You might have to pay some different expenses. Then, you know, if you have to pay, say the product itself costs $5 per product, right? You know, wholesale. And say you can sell it for 10, right? Your profit margin might honestly be like $2. So you not, I mean, and it's like, if you sell a lot of it, yeah, you good to go. But if you don't, or you sell just enough, it's kind of tight. But then all of a sudden, some of that $2 might go down to $1 if you got to pay back a loan. So if you starting out, you know, if you, the more you have in a savings that can cover things and you can put in the business, the better. But getting back to how to save, I mean, if you save $1 a day, that adds up. If you, every penny you save, and it doesn't have to always be in the bank. Sometimes they're under the mattress thing, because I got a good bit of change in like a change jar I have, like nearly $100 worth just looking at it. And it's just like, it's just loose change that I have. It's like at some point I'll just stick it in the bank, but I'm just like, I'll just let it grow. You never know what you can start with that. You never know. But it starts with the savings mentality. See, a wise old dude, he was an Asian fella. You know, God, people like talking to me. He said, we got it kind of backwards in America. You know, our economy should be based on savings. You know, not on spend, spend, spend. That's why people get in trouble. They spend, spend, spend. You know, some people, it's amazing like what people spend money on too. Like in the retail industry, and I'm gonna do a video on the retail industry in a second. But they sell a lot of dumb ass shit, like just useless shit, really. Like knickknacks, as my son would say. But people buy them, and then you thinking to yourself, why did you buy that thing? What good was it? What use is it? Because another way you can save is just buy stuff that you actually gonna use. That's my word. I like even my cell phone. I got a regular like old style BlackBerry, like prepaid. I tell people, they be trying to send me pictures. I say, dude, I'm not going to. That picture ain't gonna come up on here, because at this point I don't have a need for anything better. You know, when I get a business need for something better, then I'll get something. But right now, this is just somebody can contact me. All I need it for is text and emergency phone calls. But that's the mindset you have to have. So the money I'm not spending per month on that thing goes into my savings. It goes into other things. You know. So that's very important to work on that savings. You start, if you're going to start a business, 2 steps. First, you're going to save. You need to be saving some money so you can make that transition, and then saving it to really start the business. That's the only way to go, y'all. Only way to go. You know, the loans, see, the problem with the loans is you got to pay it back. See, the beauty of it is you don't have to pay it back. You don't have to worry about it, because that's extra pressure on a starting business. Now, when you get bigger as a business, you get a cash flow. Okay, yeah, you can go for a loan. You can go for a loan. You need to expand. Okay, then. And even then, really, even while you have the business going, still try to save money. Put some money in reserve. Don't spend it all. You know, just put it in reserve. Every little bit you can put. Especially if you depend on the type of business. If you have like a sole proprietorship or Like I'm reading about these these LLCs, single limited liability corporations. You know, it's just you. Shoot, you don't have to pay anybody. Shoot, put that extra money away, even in the business. You know, always think in terms of saving. Always think in terms of not needing a loan. And then when you do need a loan, when you want to expand like that, you're in a position where you know you can pay it back. In fact, I would argue, don't get a loan that you can't pay back right away. Like you got the money just to pay that loan back. But, you know, for whatever reason, it's better if you take that loan, like a legitimate business reason. I would suggest that. So anyway, that's it. You know, count those pennies, get that savings jar out, get a bank account, savings account, get some room under the mattress. Anyway, that's it for today. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.
Yeah.